foundation ain't even showing. Like, hola chicas, where have you been? Long time no speak. Your girl has been going through it and you haven't nowhere to be found. But we here now, so like let's just talk about it. I've been in such a unfamiliar season, and I've been in a season similar, but this season it's been like, I feel like it's been getting dragged out. But then I'm beginning to realize that it's more so me dragging it out than anybody else. I feel like in this season God is really testing my faith and seeing, do I really trust him? Which is a reason that I'm really sitting right here now before you guys doing this video, because it's a part of my faith journey. And I've been wanting to like do YouTube for such a long time. I've been wanting to just, like, back when I wanted to do it, it was before I got saved. And I don't think it was the right time. I think God allowed me to like hold out on that for a reason. And now that I've been grounded and have a foundation that's built upon Christ, I believe he's allowed me to do it now. A couple months ago, like a month ago, I remember hearing like the time is now, and I wrote it down in my notes, because every time I hear like God say something to me, I write it down in my notes. And just the other day when I was scrolling on YouTube, I seen a lot of videos and it was like the time is now. And then when I came to my parents' house, I was talking to my stepdad and he mentioned the time is now. And I remember going in my room and that the thought came to my mind, and I was like, what do he mean by that? Because I had heard that before, like God had told me that before. So I went to go ask him, and he was just basically telling me like the time is now to do whatever I want to do. And I was just like, like what is it that I really want to do? Like, for those of you who don't know, first of all, my name is China. I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry guys. My name is China, and welcome to this channel. Like, y'all, we're gonna get into all the things and just see where God is going to take you and me, because we're on this ride together. And I'm sure I'm not here just for me, I'm here for you. And if this video has reached you, it's something that God wants to get through to you too, just as he wants to get through to me. So I'm standing before you today. So I graduated college with my bachelor's degree in psychology in May. So I've been trying to find a job like that I can use my degree in, and I've been so prone on like, I have a degree, so I need to be getting like a certain amount of pay. Like, I'm not just gonna get no regular smuggler old job, because I just went to college and I spent all that time, paid all that money, and I need to be in a job that's gonna pay me back. So I haven't been wanting to like settle for any type of job. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna graduate, finna land me this big girl job, I'm gonna be making some money, I'm gonna get me a new apartment, because I moved out of my apartment at school, and me and my son, we're just gonna be doing our big one. And life has not been happening like that at all. And it's just like, throw away your plans. God said in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you. He knows the plans to prosper you, plans not to harm you, to give you hope in the future. So God is making me realize, like, whatever I thought was gonna happen, it ain't happening, because God has a plan for my life. And I thought I was gonna get a job, and I had moved out of town, with family, and I planned to like start my life out there, because I always had this dream of like, when I graduated college, I wanted to move out of town and I was gonna start my life somewhere else. I didn't know where I was gonna go, but I had ended up moving out of town, and I thought like my car, everything was just falling in line perfectly how I wanted it. I went out of town, I was having some interviews, I was getting some jobs, but I was just saying no, because like I said in the beginning, like I wanted a certain amount of money. Like, I just graduated college. If I say I want this salary, I need to get this salary. So I was literally turning down jobs, and my family was kind of like thinking I'm crazy, because it's like, girl, who do you think you are? You a new recent graduate, you need to take what you're gonna get. But I'm just like, no, God said he's going to do exceedingly and abundantly above all I can ask or think. So this is not giving exceedingly and abundantly. But what I realized is that God wants me to be here. And it's kind of scary, like, to really like put yourself out there, like to go to a job, to clock in to work, like that's easy. And I remember also like a couple years ago telling God that I didn't want to work for nobody. But I'm just like, I'm just going to suck it up. My family talk about me needing to get a job. I don't have that much like work experience for real professional, so I'm just gonna get a job and do what I'm gonna do. And it's like, life is not happening like I thought at all. And I've been really like realizing that God is testing my faith. And when I think about faith, it brings me back to the story about Abraham. And I remember when I first started like my walk with Jesus Christ, when I first started knowing about God, like I grew up knowing of God, but I didn't really know him. You know how you could say I know somebody, but like if you don't know them for real, like up close and personal, like you don't know them, you just know of them. So like I wanted to really get to know God. So I started to build a relationship with him. I started learning about building a relationship. And I remember this is my junior year of college, y'all. I had gone through some things, y'all, and your girl was getting her little heart broke. And so like I called on the Lord because I knew that if nobody could heal me, God could. And I'll give y'all a little story about that probably in another video and go more in depth. But I began to call on God, and he began to like show up in my life like I never really knew before. Like it was different. And then I made the choice to like start building a relationship with him. So I would wake up like in the mornings, y'all, and I would be like, hey God, like I'm about to do this today, I'm about to do this, like, you know, come with me. I was literally like talking to him like we right here. And I was building that relationship, and I started growing closer and closer to God. And then I finally started to read my Bible. My grandma had gave me a Bible like 2 years prior, but I never read it. Like, who finna read the Bible? Like, that wasn't the type of time I was on, baby. I was outside, okay? And with the girls in the streets, okay? And so I started reading my Bible, and the first story that captured my eye was the story of Abraham, when God had told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. And when I read that story, you know, so God had told Abraham to sacrifice his son that he had in his old age. Abraham and his wife Sarah had waited a long time to have this son, and God came to them and told them they was gonna have a baby. And Sarah was like 90, so like she kind of laughed about it when she heard it. And God was basically like, what's funny? Like nothing's impossible for the Lord. So she had a baby in her old age, and then it said that Abraham loved Isaac, and God had told, after they had the baby, God told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. So Abraham got up early in the morning. He was about to go sacrifice him. He didn't question God. He just did what he was gonna do. And when he was finna sacrifice him, God was basically like, no, stop. You know, your sacrifice is in the bush. Go get the ram and sacrifice the ram. Don't sacrifice your son. Boom, boom, boom. And he was testing Abraham's faith. And that story kind of really, really wowed my mind, because I'm like, wow. And mind you, like, this is my first time really, really getting into the Bible. So that kind of blew my mind. I'm like, oh, this thing is tea. Like, they got the juice in this story. So I was just like, oh my God. God was really testing Abraham's faith, and Abraham did what God told him to do without a doubt. He didn't think about it. He just wants to go do it. And I feel like right now, God is testing my faith. And like I said, that's why I feel like I'm on here right now, standing before you guys, making this video and starting my YouTube channel, because God is testing my faith. Like I said, I've been wanting to do YouTube for a long time, and but I really didn't have the balls to start it. It's like, you know how you feel like you're confident, but it's just like, girl, you fake confident, because you ain't really trying to do like what you really want to do. Like, I do stuff that is easy, but if it like really come to me like putting myself out there, it's just like, ugh. Like, I did makeup. I was a makeup artist at my school, and it really took me a minute to like really get to that, because I had to put myself out there. I had to promote myself. I had to, you know, do all the things when you start your own business and you're your own boss, you know. And it's taking me back to that moment. But I remember even in those moments, I had to use faith. I had to trust God. I was praying, asking God, you know, to bless this. But I was stepping out on my own and doing something that I really wanted to do. And back then, I thought that was my purpose. Like, I thought it was my purpose to be a makeup artist. But then when I really got to know God, I realized that no, my purpose is not being a makeup artist. My purpose is to serve him, to love my neighbor, and to walk in the calling that he has for me. And I believe it's going to be right here on this YouTube channel. So like I said, I'm just stepping out on faith. I've been in a season where I feel like everything has been happening not how I expected it, like I mentioned. And it's been times where I've been crying and just going through it, like God helped me. And I remember God told me that he cannot bless fear, he cannot bless doubt, he cannot bless shame, none of that stuff. So you have to step out on faith to allow God to bless you. And this is me stepping out on faith. So until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Whatever God has us talking about, we'll chop it up then. But until then, like this video, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can like run it up on here. Talk to me nice in the comments so we can create a little community, a little fam. I'm here, y'all, to be your sister, your friend, your virtual shoulder to cry on, because we don't know what ride God's gonna take us on, but we just riding. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Peace.